Hello, hi, welcome to this live. I haven't been on here in a while, and I just wanted to actually start coming on here again. I'm going to be doing readings today, one question readings. I will just go over the basics first. Welcome. The future is not set in stone, so any predictions that I make here are based on the current path that you're on. So anything is subject to change. Certain things don't change, like soulmates, twin flames, all that. But we are in charge of our own actions. So if there's something you don't like, then you are welcome to try to change it. That is perfect. Welcome back. Hi, guys. Nice to see you again. Yay. Okay, I will definitely get to your questions. Let me just do my spiel. So basically, yes. So basically, I will be taking one question today. If you donate, you will get bumped up to the top. You'll be in the queue. But if not, I will be choosing the questions intuitively. So whoever really pops out at me, and whoever I think I can really assist, I will be reading them first. Hello, welcome. And then maybe at the end we'll talk a little bit about life. I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, just taking things one day at a time. Yay. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right, let's see. So you were here first, Kath. So let's start with you. Okay, general for the next December month, please. Wonderful. Okay, so general. This is a great way to start, no? Thank you. I can't see you, but I'm sure you look very beautiful as well. Ooh, actually, I'm going to start with a vibe check. Ooh, lots of things coming to the surface in December for you. It feels like things that you didn't really know about, hidden, whatever was in the shadows is coming to light. A lot of things being exposed. So that's already a theme I'm seeing here for you for December, which is exciting. Ooh, I'm seeing a lot of emotions coming up, a lot of feelings, and I'm seeing a new love interest. Somebody who is, I see someone confessing their love to you potentially, or just opening their heart to you. It feels like there's a lot of romance, love. So somebody may be passionate about you and coming forward and really opening up. So that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a relationship really, coming to light. So it does feel like there might be somebody that hasn't really come forward about their feelings. These things will come up. You're seeing a different side to them. It's exciting. Let's see. What do the tarot cards have to say? I feel like, when it comes to love, you're going to see all different facets of it, whether that's romantic, whether that's friendships. It just feels like a very powerful time for love, for being vulnerable, for being prompted to open up, to feel things that maybe you didn't want to feel. I feel like a lot of feelings are coming to light. Ooh, and I also feel I'm seeing family having a very strong influence on your life. Let's see. Okay. But I do feel like there is some kind of miscommunication coming through when it comes to, I'm seeing a man. I feel like this person wants to get through to you, but it's almost like they keep somehow messing up every time they come forward. So they might be trying to talk to you, but for some reason it keeps like it keeps getting lost in translation. That's the word. Hi, welcome everyone. Welcome. Yeah, so I would say I would look at who has been kind of waiting in the shadows for you. Hi, Nancy. Hi. Hi. And who is going to come through for you? Who's going to try to approach you, but maybe they're not good at talking or good at asserting themselves? I feel like this person kind of needs to figure out how to do it. Maybe they're coming across the wrong way. But I am seeing family having a strong sway in this situation. Interesting. I feel like this is a really good time for you, though. I know that sounded weird, but this is overall a very beautiful time for you, for love, for abundance, for things being revealed, emotions especially. So that's what I would say. Let me see if I can. Well, I'm seeing Aquarius. There's also Virgo energy here and Scorpio. So those are all very different signs, but I'm getting that they could be related to this person. So this person could have a lot of those in their chart. Yeah. It does feel like this person has maybe not been as forthcoming about their feelings. That's why it feels like a revelation. So I would keep an eye out for that. But I also am getting that when love actually comes to you, be ready for it, be open for it. Okay. I feel like your emotions may need to be more open. Maybe you've been kind of closed off in your feelings. And this just shows. Yeah, it's exciting. It's an exciting moment. I'm getting a lot of creative sparks. So maybe your creativity is blossoming during this time. Yes. I feel like you're kind of in this era of trying to figure out who you are and having things come to you, as opposed to you chasing love, chasing people, chasing opportunities or things. This is the time where you're a magnet. You're receiving all that. So I love that. I'm really happy for you. Okay, so let's move forward. Thank you guys. I'm getting a lot of compliments and I'm feeling very flustered. I feel like accepting compliments is a skill and I'm not used to them. So thank you, though. All right. I did see Manju. She was here a long time ago with Kath. So I will read you next. But usually I will just do it intuitively. But yeah, I'm being called to read Manju. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. All right. So what will be the nature of my future life partner? Okay. So let's see. This person, I'm getting prestige. I'm getting this person is like classy. I see them having money. I see them coming from a nice family. It feels like they could be owning a business or they could be someone who is a leader, someone higher up. So that is definitely exciting. I feel like by being with them, you go up in your social status is what I'm getting. This person has a lot of a good reputation, a good head on their shoulders. It feels like they're very abundant, very like they're able to manifest things in their life pretty easily. And this could be because they come from a good family or because they have a good like background. But in general, I see this being a very positive thing for you. Yeah. I love how right after that I got the Chariot. It's just confirmation that this is somebody who is very ambitious. I see them really wanting to make it in the world and really trying to, own that ambition. I do feel like this person will have a really big heart. People may not see it as easily as you do. You can see through it. And they're very charming. I'm seeing a lot of wanting to be romantic, wanting to, sweep you away. I feel like one thing though about this person is that they can be a little bit immature at times, but not when it comes to you. When it comes to your relationship and when it comes to their career, they're fine. It's just some things they'll have to learn and grow into, I guess. That's just the energy I'm getting here, is that they're going to have to grow into themselves. And I don't know, like men also they take longer sometimes to mature. So maybe that's it. But it just feels like there's a very playful energy, and you just will have to kind of navigate that. But overall, very amazing reading, if I might say myself. Let me see if I can get anything else. Ooh, okay. So I am getting a lot of, this person is educated. I feel like this person has a strong, they went to a good university or they went to a good school. I'm seeing that they're really knowledgeable and that you can tell when you meet them. But I also feel like there's this, that this might be what this card was telling me, is that there's Pisces energy. So this person could be a Pisces or Sagittarius. So they have this very big, abundant mindset. Yeah. So I'm only doing one question, and that's the question you asked. So for now, but you can always tune back in for another live, or if you want, you can donate. Yeah, it's very exciting. Okay. Let's see who else is here that I would read. Oh, good. That might represent you, but I'm getting this energy of, the Pisces, of that kind of creative, that creative, fun energy, the dreaminess. Okay. Let's see. Hi, guys. I recognize so many of you from when I was doing them before, so I'm so glad you're here. You guys have to just ask me your questions again, because I can't scroll up and look for them, but I would love to answer it if I can. Yeah, I'm so glad you like the reading. Okay, baby angel. I'd love a general reading for November, please. Sounds good. General reading for November. Ooh. I don't know if you're a teacher, but I feel like you're stepping into that role in November. There's a feeling of you're watching over someone, not as their caretaker, but as their teacher or their, like their mentor. I feel like you're supporting someone, and this might be, I just feel like this is kind of the role you're in for some reason. Let's see what else the cards have to say. So I feel like this year has been messy for you. And now I feel like things are finally coming back together. It's just that things had to blow up for you to be able to build back up. And I feel like this is the time for you in November. I feel like this is going to be the time where you're actually kind of creating something new, kind of figuring out what is next for you. And instead of feeling hopeless, it's a feeling of hope. Yeah, it's a feeling of like needing to piece things back together, but in a new way, in a beautiful way. That's the energy. And what's exciting about this is a lot of people would say, I don't like this kind of energy. I don't want things to erupt. I don't want things to become messy. But this is the time where you're actually shaping your life into what it's supposed to be. And I know that's a big order for November, but that's where it's beginning. It's kind of this feeling of like things have to get worse before you can really realize what you want and realize where they're at. So if November feels messy, just know it's part of the process of finding balance. It feels like things have been kind of all over the place. Now I'm seeing that mentor card, but that could represent someone coming in and supporting you as a mentor as well. It can go both ways. It just feels like the role you're playing is going to be very different and very important here. The butterfly is also telling me that this is definitely a transition phase. This is a time of transformation, of really like awakening and figuring out what you want to do with your life. Because I feel like things that may have felt like they were out of control or powerless are really coming back into play and feeling good. And I'm really excited about this. There's a lot of lessons coming through, lessons being learned, revelations, but this is more about you looking at the rubble, the destruction that has occurred, and really figuring out how do I move forward from here? Who am I now? Who is this new version of me? And I do feel like a lot of this could be manifesting on the outside as well. So I feel like a lot of this could be like beauty or just clothes, or it could be like a glow up, some sort of makeover. I don't know. I'm just getting a lot of this like energy of it's starting to show on the outside. And I think that's what's really beautiful. I would also look at spending more time in nature. I know I don't know where you are in the world, but November can be tricky for that. I feel like making sure that you're getting enough you time, enough self-love time. And I think you realize by now that no matter what you do, you're in a situation where it might feel like things were never fully the way they were supposed to be. But now I see you actually doing what's best for you. People might be walking away from you, but it's for the best. Just remember that. Yes, rebuilding. It's almost like redesigning your life. I think that's a better word for it, because you have to acknowledge that the situation before wasn't sustainable. It wasn't what you wanted. So, oh, great. Oh, yeah. So I forgot to say, do tell me, guys, if you donate via PayPal. I won't, it's hard for me to see it. If not, so I'll get to you next, Nancy. But yeah. So overall, there's definitely, this is the time where you're definitely planning too. I feel like this is not about things just coming together for you in November. This is about you planning things, you seeing things as they are, and really reinventing yourself, redesigning your life. I feel like you're the one with the chalkboard, and you can sketch your life out on it. And I don't know, I keep seeing that. So it's exciting. Yeah. I feel like also I keep getting this bear. And a lot of the time when you get a bear, it represents things coming, someone coming out of hibernation. They've kind of hid away, and now they're putting themselves out there. There's new beginnings. They're no longer in the same era they were. It's just completely different now. So try to lean into that energy, move forward. Yeah. Okay. There we have it. I hope that you enjoyed that. Let's see. All right, Nancy, I don't see your question. Let me see. If you could just ask it again. Oh, what do you see coming towards me in November? Got it. Okay. Man, I'm a little all over the place today. Okay. I don't know if you have not parents, but I'm seeing like an elderly person coming to see you. This could be a grandparent or somebody, but I just feel like there's this hovering presence, and I don't know if that is like a mother or something, but I just keep seeing like a old person, like a grandmother. So interesting. That might come through for you. Okay. Let me get some more cards. A lot of your attention is going to be on your family in November. This feels very much like you're feeling the need to be protective of them. Almost like you need to be the leader, but you need to keep it all together, is what I'm getting. There's been a lot of focus on your external reality, and I feel like this is the time where you're actually starting to reflect on things and actually starting to realize what matters to you. Looking inward as opposed to outward, it's like a shift. So I feel like that's a big deal. Interesting. So here's the vibe I'm getting. So far, what I'm seeing a lot of is you feeling like you need to protect your family or keep it together, but also feeling like you're not really sure what's real or what's not in your life. There's a lot of people coming through that might not be as authentic and might be causing you more havoc than normal. I feel like there's this needing to trust your inner wisdom. You starting to be aware of people in your life, especially maybe family members, needing to really reflect on who you're letting into your life, who you're allowing into your energy field. And I do feel like I'm seeing a friend with maybe not good intentions. There's a woman in your life who's just not necessarily has your best interest at heart. And you might feel like you have to protect yourself or protect your energy from her. I think it's really important for you to look at like where you're holding all that. Because I see you being sort of vulnerable. You're in a vulnerable space, and I feel like somebody's taking advantage of you. So I think that's something you need to be wary of. I think there's things that you're starting to notice in your surroundings that you need to protect yourself from, but it's not just about you, it's about your family. It's about keeping them safe as well. So, yeah. Let me see if I can get a zodiac sign here. I can't really give you like, I could go on and on about November it's a very general thing. So, but to finish that up, I feel, I'm sensing like there's a lot of Taurus, a lot of Scorpio. Yeah, Taurus, Scorpio, Aries energy with this person. It's almost like they're not being forthcoming about their intentions. So, also Cancer. I see Cancer as well. I think their intentions will become more clear as time goes on. But yeah, I would keep an eye out for that. It feels like there are a lot of external stressors here, not internal. So really focus on leaning into your strengths and not seeing them as a weakness. Okay. Okay, I hope that helped. All right, moving forward. Harshita, if you didn't get my question, it's when will my former friend Arnaud contact me? Let's ask this deck. Within 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah. That seems pretty straightforward. You're welcome. I hope it goes well. Does a Dallas see me as more than a friend? Thank you. Oh, Dallas. Interesting name. Okay, so Gabby. Interesting. What I'm getting is they haven't made up their mind about you. Oh, Dallas seems to be kind of on the fence. So it's not a no, but it's just that they're at a kind of a crossroads with you. They can't stop thinking about you, but that doesn't mean that they see you as more than a friend. Does that make sense? So it feels almost like an in-between. I wish I could give you the answer you're looking for, but it feels more like they're still figuring it out, exploring what they want, exploring how they feel. So yeah, it's not a no. It's not that they don't care about you. It's just that they don't know. So that's the answer here. Yeah. It feels like the last thing you need is to doubt yourself in this. Remember that you don't need any validation from outside of yourself. So hopefully this helps. Yeah. Dorella, when will TL be reaching out to me? Oh, wait, 1 second. Kath, I watched your videos about the changes that you do have in your life. I feel amazing, beautiful, and air flowing. I feel so happy to see you shining. Thank you. You guys, I feel so flustered. Thank you. Okay. back to the reading. I saw you posted that multiple times, so I didn't want it to go unheard. Okay. Dorella, when will TL be reaching out to me? We'll see if we can get specific, but I'm going to ask this deck. I love how I said, we'll see if we can get specific, and then the card that came out was on a sunny day. So I'm not really sure if you live somewhere with a lot of sun, but that does not help us. So let me see if I can narrow it down. Okay. So I actually am getting November energy. So this could be someone, I'm seeing 11. So this could be the month of November or 11, the number 11. Yeah. So that could be the 11th. But yeah, so soon, I would say, if you consider November soon. But yeah, it wasn't very forthcoming. So, okay, let's see. I'm doing like one question free, but you're welcome to donate and be bumped to the top, prioritized. If not, you are to ask a question and I'll answer it if I see it in time. Just choosing questions intuitively. Hi, Sag girl. Sag girl. That makes more sense. Hi, is M returning to me? Okay. Let's see. When you say returning, are you asking if they're coming back to you to be in a relationship with you? Or just to talk to you? Or like, if that feels very vague, because what I'm getting is this person is not coming back in a relationship way. It feels like they're out exploring. It feels more like they're trying to find new opportunities to be with other people than to be with you. It feels more like that. The Hangman is giving me like this person has felt always like they're tied to you, but I don't see them coming back to you in a relationship or love. I do feel like this person will have to come to terms with that as well. It's almost like they still have you in the back of their mind. And so I'm getting kind of a need to figure out where to put their energy. Yeah. Sorry, the question was very vague, so that's the answer I'm giving because I don't understand it fully. But the answer is I don't see them returning to you that way. Okay. Why is okay, Val W. Hello. Will Harry and I reconcile? Let's see. Interesting. So I am seeing that you will reconcile. But I feel like for some reason I feel like you're the chaser. There's you chasing this person or going after them. And I feel like they're kind of passive. I feel like you're the one giving your emotions, your heart. So there's a lot of passiveness coming through for them. So I don't see them going after you or trying to pursue you. I see you being more like them focused on you, but not in a active way. Yeah, interesting. It does feel like things are kind of not serious here. So I do feel like you're going to reconcile, but is it worth it? You'll have to decide for yourself. Yeah. I hope that helps, Val. Welcome. Okay. Crystal, is Nixon ever going to contact me? Let's see. What is Nixon going to do? Welcome, welcome, anyone tuning in. Interesting. Wow. I have never seen anyone so like confused. Like they're thinking about it. It's like they're so on the fence about whether they want to or not. So that's making my life much more difficult. It feels like they really don't know what they want. I love how I have the two twos of indecision, just not being able to prioritize what they want. They think about it, but are they gonna this would drive me crazy. The Empress is also telling me that this is really centered around like their own feelings and their own needs, and it's really not taking into account yours, but it's almost like they're just taking their sweet time. So I can try to get more defined, but I can't force the cards to answer. And if they keep just saying in so many ways they're thinking about it, then I can't force a message through them, but I will try. I will try to force. No, I won't try to force them, but I will try to see what other ways I can get through to them. Maybe I'll ask a rune instead. Oh, it did it again. I love how I got the ice rune, which is what happens when things are delayed and they're just like paused, So I don't think the cards are going to tell me whether they're about to call you or not, because they're just saying things are just on a standstill is basically it. And I guess the only thing that you can do is what you can do. You can't change what this person is doing. You have to focus on, okay, what's my next course of action, right? Do I want to stay and wait for this person to figure out whether they want to call me, or do I want to go follow my own bliss and do what my heart desires? So I hope that helped. But this person is so indecisive, not sure if it's it's like they just need to wake up and figure out what they want to do with their time, their heart. They can't, they have to be able to give it fully. So even if they did call, would they be able to fully give you everything that you want? Yeah, so that's where I'm at. But I'm sorry. Okay, I need some water or something. I did not realize how thirsty I would be. Okay. Okay. So, who's next? 1 second. Also, remember, if any of you do use PayPal, make sure to let me know, because then I can just, see that. All right. I do not know how to say your name. I don't know. It's the question is, hi, is Yuichi and I compatible? Okay. Oh my God, you guys are so alike. I could see this actually being like maybe twin flame energy. It feels like you're looking in the mirror for some reason. I don't know. Let me see. I'm seeing your backgrounds actually becoming very important as time goes on. But yeah, I'm actually seeing this being very compatible. It's almost like you guys have your two sides of the same coin. You are both meant to find each other. I don't know if you guys like music or if you share that, because I feel like there's some kind of connection through music. Like you're talking to each other through songs, or through listening to songs, you think of each other. There's something there that is so powerful, and it's linked to music. So that's interesting. I also feel, I feel like this person has so much in common with you, and it's all about discovering that. So I would say yes. I hope that helped. Yeah, there is something really powerful there, and I think it would be wise for you to look at it. Sometimes when we are drawn to people that are so similar to ourselves, sometimes it can be a little scary. I don't know. It can be intense, but it's exciting. So maybe you'll learn something about yourself through this person. Yay. Okay. Next, let's see. Abalon AV. How will Robert respond to the message I'm thinking of eventually? Respond to the message I'm thinking of eventually. The way that's worded is odd, so I'm going to try. Ooh, this got interesting just by looking at this. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I keep seeing him thinking about you with someone else. Like he that's one of his reservations of him, and him seeing you with somebody else, or him not wanting you because of somebody else. There's like this energy of him hesitant. So I know that's not answering your question, but that's what's coming through. Are you asking when he will contact you back, or if he'll contact you back, or because how will Robert respond to the message? Since I'm only doing one question, it has to be phrased correctly. That's why I'm hesitant about this, because how is like with anger, or, yeah. It feels like he's developed some kind of idea of how you are that isn't necessarily accurate. There's something going on. Yeah, I actually feel like for you, this is going to be interesting, because it's almost like there's some kind of trade or transactional, like, what can I get out of this relationship, or what can I get out of this person, as opposed to like just them feeling things. The cards are being very weird today. But yeah. Interesting. I feel like this person is not going to care very much about your message, if I'm being honest. They're starting to see what could be, but I just don't see it being them, being very caring about it. Yeah. This is the information. Interesting. I feel like they're so caught up in their own world and their own needs that they're not seeing you. And they have developed this idea about you. So it's more like, it's not that they don't, yeah, it's just like they don't have you on their mind as much, It just feels like a temporary thing. But obviously, that's what the cards are saying now. So yeah. They are so in their head, in their own life. It just doesn't feel like you're a part of it at all. And the messages that you're sending bounce off of them. It's almost like they're asleep. Yeah. So, okay, guys, I'm going to take a quick break. And I will be back. I want to make sure that I stay replenished, So I will definitely be right back. But give me about 5 minutes and I'll be back. Yeah. I'm just very I'm just dealing with my own energy stuff today. So I will be back though. Trying to see if I can. Yeah. I don't know how to do the break thing, but yeah. I'm going to turn it this way. Okay. Thank you for your patience. I'm here. I'm sorry. I honestly, to be honest, I have this need sometimes to just take some deep breaths because I feel like all the energy is a lot today. So I appreciate you guys being patient and thank you for joining in and being here. That means a lot because there's so much going on. But yeah, so thank you for being here. All right, let's start with Nancy. Nancy, I will do your reading again because positivity, anything positive coming in November. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Okay, well, this is interesting roundabout. I feel like for you, a lot of things that you maybe were mixed up about, I see new things coming from them. By this, I mean, like, if you had some kind of disagreement with someone or you thought you were on the same page, I feel like this is the time where new things blossom from those moments of confusion or misdirection or misalignment. It feels like things are finally aligning with you and coming through in a better way. So it does feel like any disagreements that come up, whether they're, you know, difficulties, it's almost like you're able to work through these things and move forward and learn from your mistakes. And yeah, so I feel a lot of like conflict resolution coming through for you and new adventures when it comes to that, when it comes to communication. I know that might not be exactly what you wanted me to say, but that is what I'm seeing here. It feels like this is a new beginning for you to figure out what makes sense of things. I guess that's kind of the energy I'm getting. It's like puzzle pieces are kind of fitting together. Things that you thought you missed out on, things that you didn't know. It feels like everything's fitting together. Yeah. Overall, it just feels like the pieces of the puzzle are coming together and you're going to have a lot of new revelations, a feeling that you can just relax and live in the moment as opposed to having to be ambitious and having to work towards things. It just feels very much like new beginnings. Puzzles are being solved and feelings of growth, you know? Yeah, it is very it feels like the cards are not giving me very specific information for you right now. Like they want me to say just let the puzzle pieces fall into place, not explain, not have to. Yeah, this is definitely not one of those months where you're going to have just, everything happen the way you want it to. But it does feel like this is a moment of growth, of feeling like you can make do out of things not moving forward for you. I can't force positive messages, but I hope that was positive enough. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I'm probably not going to stay for much longer because I definitely overestimated my energy for today. I thought I had more of it and I do not. And I'm realizing that as I give readings. So let me take just a couple more and I will come back rejuvenated and in a better spirits than before. But yeah, I do not want to give you guys, vague information. Let's see. Shiloh, will I get married next year? I definitely feel like, when it comes to will I questions, it's like that's more something you have more control over. But what I do see is that could definitely be a yes. I see things aligning for you in love next year. But obviously, you have to act on that. Yeah, it does feel like things are aligning, but you have to just kind of take it one day at a time. And that's what the cards are saying here. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more, and then I am going to come back another day when I am more energetic. Okay. All right, Mrs. M, is the guy on my mind going to ask me out? Let's ask the runes. I don't see him asking you out. But not because he's not interested in you. Yeah, I actually feel like he's very interested in you, but I just don't see him making that move. Okay, and then I'll do one more. Will my hubby, FG, and I reconcile this year? The way things are going, yes. I see that this person is extremely attracted to you and still very drawn to you. And I see the family aspect being preserved. So I would say yes. But remember, I'm just going to say this one more time before I go. The future is not set in stone. So this is the way things are going now. And it seems like things are on a positive track for you. But when it comes to questions, will I find love? Will I get this? Will I get that? You are so much more in control of this than you realize. You're not at the whims of them. And in relationships, it takes 2 to tango. So both have a role to play here. But yeah, I definitely feel like there's been some kind of, I don't know if I would call it penance. It feels almost like not a punishment, or it's like not consequences, but like they've done their time is the energy I'm getting. Like now it's okay to make up and work things through. There's still very much a spark there. Okay, there we go. All right, I will take one more and then I'm going to go. Let's see. Will the person in my mind speak to me soon, Dishi? I keep seeing no. I feel like they're holding their cards very close to their chest. So that's what I'm getting here. I feel like it's not that they don't want to, it's just that they're, I don't know if they're reserved or they're just calculating, but it feels like it will be a while. So that's the energy that I'm getting here. Yeah. It seems like it's not that they're indecisive, but that they really are more reserved than you. You're much more emotive or like expressive about things than they are. So what I would say is, maybe you need to be the one to make that move, but I feel like at this point they're not going to. They're keeping themselves safe. Feels like a security thing. Like almost like if they talk to you, they're going to not be in control or secure. Yeah. Interesting. Anyway, this has been fun. I've been I'm going to do readings another day for sure. I'm going to aim to do them live readings once a week. I post videos twice a week as well that I'm trying to do. I will post one astrology video and one psychic video a week, as well as try to keep up with these live readings, hopefully on the weekends. But in the meantime, if you guys do want to book a reading with me, you can on my website, zoethepsychic.com. I offer live and pre-recorded readings. Right now, there are not a lot of spaces left for live readings, so I hesitate to to promote that. But yeah, you can keep an eye out on my website in the future. What else? I spoke briefly in my last live about how I recently completely turned over my life and moved to another state and broke up with my partner of 11 years. So I have been healing from that, and I'm trying to ease back into things very slowly at my own pace. Maybe that's my inner Taurus energy. But I'm very excited, and I feel like, I'm still trying to figure out what kind of, like, how much energy I have for things, because in New York, I was so drained. I was so unhealthy, and it felt like my life was just basically draining me. Now I'm actually learning, okay, how much, like, I'm not sick all the time anymore, and I'm not exhausted 24/7. So am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? So it's something that I'm learning. I've also found, just want to share a little bit, that after being in a relationship for so long, I realized how much my confidence has taken a hit. Like when I'm trying to put myself out there now, I realize how small I've made myself in order to accommodate another person and their needs. So I'm really learning again to love myself and grow. And it's so scary to go places without this person. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not alone here, because it is freaky to put yourself out there once you've kind of lost yourself in another relationship. Oh, well, things will change and grow, right? That's the beauty of life. It's cyclical. So I'm enjoying getting to know myself and falling in love with myself all over again. And I think it's really beautiful hearing from you guys and hearing your stories. And yeah, it's just been part of the journey, part of healing. So thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can be up to date when I post more. And yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh, also quickly, thank you so much to everybody who reached out after my last post, my last live, and wished me all these nice things. And it was so comforting. I was in a really dark place, and I had so many people contact me and just, open up to me, and it just meant so much to me. So if anyone is watching who has done that, I really, really am grateful to you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the US. But I take readings all over the world. So if you want to book one with me, you still can. But yeah, I'm on the East Coast here. So, okay. Thank you.